Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. If you're joining me for the very first time, my name is Kim Dent, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Maryland Heights, Missouri. I've been a demonstrator for 21 years, and I have loved every minute of it. If you're in the St. Louis or Illinois area and you're interested in learning more about Stampin' Up! Or you just want to find out how easy it is to make adorable cards, please contact me. I have classes every month at Zion Lutheran Church in our fellowship hall, which also has a delightful coffee shop called Higher Grounds. We're at 12075 Dorset Road in Maryland Heights, Missouri. And my classes are on the second Friday and Saturday of the month. December's classes are December 9th and 10th. So the first time you come, you're absolutely free. After that, the class fee is $10. We make 5 cards. So whether you're a beginner stamper or you've been stamping for many, many years, my card classes are for you. Everything is cut and neatly organized, and you'll walk away with 5 adorable cards ready to send out. And I can guarantee you that in December, we're going to be making more very cute Christmas cards. So I hope you can join me. Comment below if you found me on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Stamping with Kim Dent. Please hit the subscribe button subscribe and hit the notification bell. I would appreciate if you would do that. That helps me out. So hello everyone. I see names going past me very fast, so I'm gonna sync my laptop. Hello, Patty. I hope you all have had a good weekend. Hi, Jill. Let's see who else we have. Have any of you finished up some Christmas cards? Oops, sorry. Have you finished Christmas cards? Have you started Christmas cards? Hello, Carol. Hello, Miss Mary. Thanks for tuning in tonight. All right, well, the cards that I'm going to show you tonight are cards that we made at my class this weekend. We always make 5 cards. 3 of them were Christmas cards, and 1 was a get well, and then 1 was a very pretty sunflower card, which I'm going to demonstrate for you tonight. So hold on, give me just a second. I'm going to flip my camera around, and then we'll get started. Oops, sorry about that. Ugh, they're tiny little buttons. Tiny little buttons. Oh, Jan, that's so awesome. Jan, what stamp set did you use for your Thanksgiving cards? I'm sure it was beautiful. Okay, let me get this in here. Sorry. And I know Mary Teal's been working on Christmas cards. Hello, Joyce. Oh, thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks to all of you who have placed orders recently. I greatly appreciate that. The website, or the website, my website is kimdent.stampinup.net. If you're interested in ordering any of the products that I use tonight, you can always contact me, or you can go straight to my website and place your order. If your order is under $150, please use this code. That helps me out. It's the host code. But if your order is going to be $150 or more, you don't want to use this code, because I want you to get the freebies or the Stampin' Rewards. Oh, Jan, I use leaves and dies and non. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'm just excited that you're making Thanksgiving cards. Hello, Miss Brenda. Hello. Thanks for tuning in. All right. Well, I want to show you the cards that we made this weekend. This is the first card, and this idea, I got the idea actually off of Pinterest and tweaked it a little bit and made it my own. This is with the stamp set Joyful Flurries. Hold on just a minute. And it is a beautiful snowflake stamp set. I want to get my notes on here, my little card recipes. So it's made with Joyful Flurries, and then we used Starry Sky, Basic White, and Basic White Thick, and then Starry Sky ink, and then you can see these very pretty iridescent rhinestones. Allison, do you love those? I bet you do. And this one, I talked about it during when we were at class. This is a great card to make, and you can make it in many different colors. It's just your card base, one layer to bring out the color of the ink, and this is a great card to mass produce. And then the showstopper are these beautiful little iridescent rhinestones. So that was the first card. This is a good card to make if you've got a bunch of, or you want to make a bunch of Christmas cards. You can crank them out really fast. This card is another Christmas card. This is the other one I'm going to make for you tonight. And this is called the Christmas Season. And then I also use the words are from Christmas to Remember. So for this card, well, I'm going to show you how to make it. But this is one, it takes a little bit more time because you're stamping and you're either fussy cutting or die cutting these pine cones. But isn't it pretty? And then, of course, the rhinestones, because all my cards have to have some bling on them. And then this one, this is from the stamp set, or bundle actually, that's called Leaves of Holly. And I got this idea off of Pinterest and tweaked it a little bit to make it my own. But there you can see the holly leaves. The interesting part of this one is this is an embossing folder from the Wintry 3D embossing folders, and there's actually two of them. One is the snowflake. You get two. They're made for the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, so they're only about 3 inches wide. So you've got the pine boughs, and then the other one is the snowflakes. Doesn't that look pretty? And then that beautiful DSP, which is called Boughs of Holly. I want to get the words right, so the name's right. And then we actually use, these are the brush metallic dots that are in the annual catalog. And then Christmas Wishes is also part of the set, the die set that goes with the Boughs of Holly. So those are the 3 Christmas cards. So you've got, for this one is just a quick and easy one, and then these 2 are a little bit more detailed, take a little bit more time, but not much. And they were very fun to make. This is the one I'm going to make for you tonight. And then the next 2 cards, this one, oh, I love this. This is from a stamp set that we've had in the catalog, the annual catalog, for at least a couple of years. And I've used it before, but I decided to pull it out for this past stamp class weekend, and for all of you, because I had a very good friend, Miss Penny. I don't think she's watching. She loves sunflowers, and her birthday was on Friday, so this was her birthday card. So I'm also going to make this one for you tonight. So I'll tell you a little bit more about it when I start to stamp. And then this one was a fun one. This is with the stamp set Speedy Recovery, and it is another quick and easy card. If you can, I hope you can tell, the ink that we just use one ink pad, and it is Night of Navy. And we just stamped this cute little bouquet of flowers, and then stamped this piece. I think you can probably tell it's popped up on a dimensional, this little Kleenex box. And then wishing you a speedy recovery. I don't make very many get well cards, but this one I think I'm going to do in a bunch of different colors and have them on hand. This uses the gingham embossing folder. I used this little heart I colored in with a light Night of Navy blend. And then when I was making this card, which I got the idea off of Pinterest, I don't know the demonstrator's name, but she kind of had the same layout. And I just kind of made it my own. The DSP, the scrapbook paper, that's called Hues of Happiness. And when I was making the card, I got stuck. I wanted to put embellishments on it, and I thought, I don't have any blue embellishments, but then I remembered you can take our blend. So this was done with a light Night of Navy blend. It's an alcohol marker, and I colored in our rhinestones that look, I call them the diamonds. Allison, you would like those too. Hello, Brenda. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. So that's how you can coordinate your embellishments to go right along with. And I always say this, I'm all about, matchy-matchy. I love the coordination. So that's a way to make everything coordinate. And this one, doesn't this look cute without it even being colored in? So that's why it's a quick and easy one. So there's our Get Well card. All right, the card that I'm going to start out with tonight is actually going to be our Christmas card. And this one, I'm going to show you some tips on how to make this card and be able to make a bunch of them. So let me pull my camera down a little bit so you can get a better look at it. Here is the stamp set, which is called Christmas Season. And it's got, there you can see there's large pine cones and then these small ones. And then these are holly leaves and holly berries. And then we're going to use this single, I'm calling it the pine bough. And it is also a 2-step stamp set. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So, and lots of, I don't know the correct name for the greenery, but it's, I assume, like all sorts of wintry, I can't think of the word, greenery. Makes lovely Christmas wintry greenery cards. So there's Christmas Season. It also has a coordinating die set that I'm going to use. And then here are the words, and both of these stamp sets are in the annual catalog. This is Christmas to Remember, and it's got some very sweet words in it. On my sample, I used May this be a Christmas to remember and cherish. But on the card that I'm making tonight, I'm going to try this one out to see how it fits on there. Love and joy come to you, and may it last the whole year through. And then have a holly jolly Christmas, 'tis the season, friends like you make this season special. And then you've got your Merry Christmas, season's greetings, and Merry and Magic is in the air. So this is a great stamp set. It, like I've said, it's in the annual catalog. So it'll be around after now remember, our mini catalog is July through December. So if you've got a wish list and you've got things from that mini catalog, you want to make sure you're checking off your list, because a lot of those items, they will go away. We won't know what will carry over yet. But I always say, get what you want, or that you're going to be sad to see it disappear if it goes away out of that mini catalog. But these 2 sets will be around till the end of April. All right, here we go. The card base that I used, it is shaded spruce, and it is 4 inches by 4¼ by 11. And it's scored at 5.5. I'm gonna pull this up, sorry. And then we've got a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of real red cardstock. Gotta use the real red at Christmas time. And then we've got a piece of 3 3/4 by 5, actually 2 of them. One is for the inside and one is for the outside. So 2 pieces of 3 3/4 by 5. And then this little piece, which I measured it, it's 2 inches by 4 1/4. It is what we're going to stamp our pine cones on, but you could easily use, a scrap piece of paper for that. And then don't forget, you got to stamp on your envelope. So these are our medium white envelopes. They're in our annual catalog. And if you enjoy stamping on envelopes for your the people you're sending your cards to, these are the very best. Like, I've had people say, I tried buying them from like Office Depot and the ink just kind of slides off. These our envelopes are designed to absorb the ink. So don't forget your medium white envelopes when you're buying your supplies for your Christmas cards. All right, I'll leave that there for a second so you can take a picture. And then we're going to start stamping. So I'm going to set my card base aside, and I am going to bring in my Pierce mat. And you probably can guess why. It is because I am using a photopolymer stamp set. The ink colors that I'm going to stamp with first are Garden Green and Shaded Spruce, and I'm actually going to use the Garden Green first. And these are for the pine boughs. And I chose 2 colors of green just to give it a little bit more dimension. And here's a tip if you're, well, I don't know if you're stamping your own cards, but if you're a demonstrator who teaches classes, this is something that I did for my classes this weekend. And I don't know if you can read it, but this might help you if you're teaching a class, or maybe if you're even stamping for, you know, like if you're stamping 50 of these. This I wrote with a Sharpie on my acrylic block what color of ink this stamp goes in. So this is obviously, I think you can see it, Garden Green. And then this one is Spruce, and that's just going to help my customers and my friends remember what stamp goes in what ink pad. So, and then this will come off with rubbing alcohol when I'm done with it. I won't leave it on there. Okay, the first thing I did was I took this one, which kind of looks like a V, and I stamped it in the corner, down at the bottom, and I'm going to flip it around. So it looks like that. And my internet, I hope y'all are able to see this. My internet looks like it's being kooky. I hope you can see me okay. Okay, and then I'm going to take my single pine bough, and this is where I'm going to fill it in. And this looks like it needs to be re-inked. It's not quite as brilliant as my sample, so that's why, girls. I should have checked it before. But I'm just going to extend this and make it like a frame. Let's see. So I think I did about 3. Let's see, I'm going to check my sample. 1, 2, 3. Yep, about 3. I'm going to bring this one down a little bit so it hangs out over those pine cones. Oh, thank you, Jan. Okay, that's how it looks. So quick and easy. And then I'm going to bring in, oh, let's see. I was going to use Shaded Spruce. Hold on, I might have another one here. I do. Let's see if this one is any better. Most of my ink pads, because of the big classes, I have doubles, sometimes triples of. Let's see if this one's better. No, not much. Okay, I'm going to change it to Garden Green, girls. Switching it up a little bit, because that just would make me a little crazy. Okay, love and joy come to you, and may it last the whole year through. Thank you, Mom. Oh, that looks nice. And we're going to use Garden Green ribbon on this one instead of real red, so that'll pull it, tie it all together, I say. That's the way to make all the colors look like they coordinate. Okay, the next 2 colors, or the next 2 things I'm going to stamp are the little pine cones. And there again, you can see I put, this is Early ISP, which stands for Early Espresso, and then Soft Suede on this one. And because it's a 2-step stamp, this is a tip. You, most of the time when you're 2-step stamping, the stamp that I like to stamp with first is more of a solid image, and it is usually done in the lighter color. So if you're new to stamping and you get some, you you purchase a two-step stamp set, try to remember that the larger image is usually the lighter color, which is soft suede. I'm going to do one down there, and because we're doing two of them, one down there, and close this up. And then I'm going to bring in Early Espresso, and I'm going to line it up the best that I can. And we call this one the detail stamp. So there you can see what it looks like without the detail, and there it is with the detail. Oop, let me land it on there correctly. All right, do you see how that looks? I like two-step stamping. I know I have friends, they don't enjoy two-step stamping as much as I do, but that is what your Stamparatus is for. So if you're not in love with two-step stamping, get yourself a Stamparatus. Okay, because it takes like once you get it lined up once, then you get your stamps on there, you get it lined up, then you can just stamp and re-ink and stamp. All right, I took the work to cut a little bit of the time. So I've cut these out with our die. So there's my adorable little pine cones. I'm gonna bring back my, the 3 3/4 by 5 piece. And you guessed it, gotta add some dimensionals. So this one looks like it is a lot of work. It really is not, after you get things all cut. And then you sit with your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and you can just crank them out. I am looking for, oh my goodness. Well, I'm looking for my glue dots, which I don't think are in this case. You know, I'm gonna find them as soon as I say goodnight to all of you. I'm just gonna add a little bit of our Tombow multi-purpose glue to glue down my bow. And then I'm gonna bring in let's see, let's decide which side is the cutest. There's that. So the ribbon actually comes, it's real red, and it comes in a spool of real red and a spool of garden green. So since we use the garden green on the verse, it ties it in nicely. All right, then we're gonna bring in the real red. And I'm actually gonna put the Stampin' Seal on the real red because I don't wanna flip this over with that glue being still wet. And then I'm gonna bring in my shaded spruce. And I'm gonna do the same thing. Ta-da! What do you think? And then we could also let's bring in Merry Christmas. Oh, and we can't forget our red rhinestones. So I'm gonna bring in Merry Christmas. I'm gonna do that in garden green also. So here's another tip, girls. When you're stamping, especially with our ink pads, some of the girls have a tendency, they say they're heavy-handed, and when they stamp, they push the stamp into the ink pad. And what I was trying to teach them yesterday is that you just pretty much have to set that stamp right on top of the ink pad. Like, I'm not pushing, I'm just touching it to the ink pad, and then that way that helps prevent the halos. Oh, see what happened? Okay, so I'm gonna flip it over. I lifted it up too quick. That's a little better, but not much. We'll have to fix that. Well, as you can see, I'm not going to glue it in, but Merry Christmas. This is from the stamp set, Christmas to Remember, and it's wonderful. It's got great words in it. And if you love like the pine cone, the foresty look, Christmas season is a great stamp set to have. So, and I almost forgot the rhinestones. Bring in my Take Your Pick tool. We're going to use 3. Last week, I realized that I can't remember what card I was making, but I got all through the card and said goodnight to all of you, and then realized that I hadn't put the embellishments, my favorite part. There you go. So there you can see it with the garden green bow, which is sliding. There you go. Garden green, real red. Which one is your favorite? All right, now we're going to bring in the sunflower card. So our sunflower card it could be used for a bunch of different reasons, but I made it a happy birthday card. And it is, oh, thanks, Allison. It is using the stamp set Celebrate Sunflowers. See how cool that image is? That is the large sunflower. Then look at this sweet little one. And then the leaves, if you wanted to add some extra leaves, then congratulations on reaching a whole new level of wonderful. Let's celebrate you. Thanks a bunch, and know that you are loved. Love that one. And then for the words on this card, they are from this stamp set, Shaded Summer, which I told the girls this weekend. This stamp set, I love anything with florals. But I got this stamp set not because of the floral images, but because I love the happy birthday, the words on it. So I looked at this and thought, these are okay, but may the good you do come back to you, above and beyond. You go there a lot. Love you, friend. Isn't that pretty? Happy birthday. Some friendships are just meant to be. Hello, you, and thank you. So for the value of the stamp set, like a lot of times I will have friends say to me, I only want the happy birthday, or I only want this flower image. And our stamps are priced at such a good value that you can't go to Hobby Lobby or you can't go to Michael's and buy a stamp set with 10, like you can't buy, first of all, stamps. Well, I guess you can, but if you're buying stamp sets, like let's say this stamp set was $22, there's 10 stamps for $22. So I always look at it like, even if I don't like, which I do like, but even if I didn't like these images, look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stamps. That's a great value. So think of your, think when you're looking through our catalog, you don't necessarily have to like all the stamps in the set. If you like the words or you like the images, it's a good deal. So here's our card. I'm gonna come in a little closer. And I'm gonna bring in the card kit, which is, we've got a crumb cake card base, which is again 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Then we've got an early espresso layer, which is 4 by 5 1/4. Then we've got the piece we're going to stamp on is 3 3/4 by 5. Then we've got a 3 3/4 by 5 for the inside of the card. And then this piece is what we're going to use for the die, and it's 2 1/4 by 3. That's for the words. And then this is for our little sunflower, 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. I think you can see that. And then our envelope. It's medium. This is a medium vanilla envelope. So don't forget, you have your choice. You can get white or vanilla. All right, I'll let you take a picture of that. And I'm going to bring in this big Mama Jamma. And we're gonna bring in the Crushed Curry ink on and we're gonna stamp on Crushed Curry cardstock. And I'm also going to bring in my little scrap paper because I like this brand new grid paper. All right, 3 3/4 by 5. Because it's a large stamp, girls, I always take the ink pad. Instead of taking the stamp and going down on the ink pad, I take the ink pad and ink up the stamp. And it's always a good idea. The Stampin' Pros are the artists. They stamp their images like off of the cardstock. So do you see how that's not a full image of that sunflower? And we're going to do one down here and then a little bit up in the corner. Oh, so cute. I love the detail of this stamp. Now I can take this and I'm going to layer it onto the early espresso. Red ribbon, that's my favorite too, Jill. Look how that pops. And then I can take this and layer it onto my crumb cake card base, which goes so nicely with these two colors. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to set this to the side and I'm going to bring in my 2.5 by 2.5 little bitty piece and I'm going to bring in Memento ink. And we're going to use our Stampin' Blends. So that's why I'm using the Memento. Ooh, that looks good. Lots of little details in that one too. Then for the blends, I'm using Mossy Meadow Light and Dark. Oops, let me spin. And then I'm using Daffodil Delight Light and Dark. And then Soft Suede for the center, Light and Dark, the center of the sunflower. And I'm gonna bring back my grid paper again. Miss Penny, did you get a card that looks like this in the mail, Pen? Kind of. So for over a year or so, when when I color with the blends, I've always colored light, with the light one, filled it in, and then did the detail, and then went back over it with the light. But I'm going to show you what I've been doing recently, because there's no right or wrong. I'm going to take the dark soft suede and go around the outside and a little bit on the inside. Then I'm going to take my light soft suede and fill it in. And I could go back in if I wanted to, but look. So when you say like you can't color, oh my goodness, look how sweet that looks. Looks like you colored, you took a college coloring class. Watch this. So I'm taking the dark Mossy Meadow, and all I'm doing is I'm adding like veins in the middle, like that. Not even, really just scribbling. So that was dark Mossy Meadow. And now I'm going to go in with the light Mossy. And try to stay in the lines. And I kind of hit a petal there, but I think if I'll be able to cover it up with the daffodil. it looks like you've been coloring for hours. Look. And then the last piece is the Daffodil Delight. We're going to do dark first. And I'm going to go like right around that center. Now remember, sunflowers they are grown in all different varieties. So you could make the sunflower a bunch of different colors. Okay, and then, thanks Penny. And then I'm going to take it and bleed it out with the light Daffodil Delight. So the idea with our blends is you don't want those brush stroke marks to look. So you keep adding layers of color, and the beauty of it, which is different than using our Stampin' Right markers, is that the alcohol markers, you don't see the brush strokes. And that's why you'll see me, I mean, when they brought these into the Stampin' Up line, oh, I fell in love. I still use our Stampin' Right markers, but you all know this if you've been following me. This is what I love to color with. All right, I'm not going to do it tonight, but if I wanted this to be more vibrant, you can keep going back in and adding more dark daffodil. I could have added some Cajun Craze if I wanted to make it more vibrant. So we have a die that goes along with Celebrate Sunflowers, and I use that to cut out ahead of time. There's that one. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this, let's see, I'm going to bring in, before I glue it down, the early espresso. And where's my little piece? Here it is. 2 1/4 by 3. And we're going to bring in Happy Birthday. And the die set that I used for He's All That, or sorry, for this, the die set that I use, it is from the stamp set He's All That, or the bundles He's All That. So it is a masculine stamp set, but the dies are a bunch of beautiful label dies. I hope you can see that. And I thought this was perfect for my happy birthday. So there's the happy birthday done in early espresso. I did that ahead of time. So there it is. Isn't that pretty? I love the way how it cuts, but also, can you see those lines in there? How it embosses also. So cool. So now I'm going to bring back this one, and I'm going to bring in dimensionals. And I'm going to pop this up. I also thought I might add a little bit of, do I have my Wink of Stella? Yeah, I've got some Wink of Stella around here. We didn't do this weekend, but I think I might have to add some Wink of Stella on this. And then, oops. Oops. Here's my Wink of Stella. We're gonna really make this sparkle. Love the Wink of Stella. And that's in our annual catalog. Can you see how it shimmers? Beautiful. All right, the last thing that we need on this, which, here it is. We're gonna use the, these are the red and green adhesive back pearls. So there's your red and green. It comes in silver as well as gold. And here's my take your pick tool. And gold goes so pretty with this. we're using 3. Ta-da! There it is. Quick and easy. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. All right. The last thing I want to remind all of you, let's see if I can put my fingers on it. Here we go. The Fitting Florettes promotion is going strong, and it is a beautiful bundle that you get some oval dies, this frame florette stamp set. You can buy all of these individually. So there's frame florettes, there's the dies that are oval, which I'm so glad they brought back oval. And then there's some gold flat, gold adhesive back swirls, they're calling them. There's also this framed and florettes, or sorry, framed and festive Christmas stamp set, which the ladies and gentlemen, because I do have some men stampers, went crazy over. This is what they stamped on the inside of the Christmas cards this weekend. There you've got, may this season be filled with peace and joy. Have yourself a merry little Christmas from our home to yours. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Noel from all of us, and Merry Christmas. This stamp set, as well as this beautiful DSP and these swirls, will go away. Can you see me? Can you see it? Let's see. And then, but this stamp set, the framed and florettes, as well as the dies, will continue to stay in our line. That they will, this will actually, these 2 items will stay and go into the next catalog. But these 3, and this stuff is gorgeous, will go away. So I wanted to remind all of you, it began on November 1st. It goes through January 4th. But they also, Stampin' Up! Always tells us to tell our customers that it is while supplies last. So that's mainly with the DSP, as well as those gold swirls. Hello, Angela. Nice to have you with us tonight. I am just about wrapping it up, but I know, give me a minute. I'll load it onto Facebook, and then you can watch the whole thing. So hold on one second. Thank you, everyone. I want to tell all of you on Friday, myself and 3 of the girls on my team will travel to Indianapolis for a Stampin' Up! Conference. And so I will be driving back next Sunday. So I will not have a Facebook Live next Sunday, but look for it to be possibly like on Tuesday let's see, that would be the 15th. So I won't be live next Sunday, but probably on Tuesday. So thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful week. If you have any questions or you want to order any of the products, please contact me and I'll be happy to guide you in the right direction. So have a great week. God's blessings. Bye-bye.